I'm going to tell you about 10 of the worst mistakes a Wushu athlete can make. After watching this video, whether you're an athlete or a coach, the quality of your training and performance will improve dramatically. Greetings to you, my good friend. Welcome to the Wushu Rules educational channel. Let's go so I can share these tips with you. Number 10. Whether you're a Wushu athlete or coach, it doesn't matter. You must include a balancing technique in the Changquan competition routine. Usually the easiest one is the cross-legged balance from behind, and you absolutely have to hold this balancing move for 2 seconds after the technique is executed. And what happens if you don't do this? The Group A judge will give you code 77 for not holding the balance for 2 seconds, and then they'll record code 14, which is the penalty for this technique. Even if you held the position for just a moment, if you sat in it for only a brief instant but didn't maintain it for 2 seconds. You get 2 codes, and the Group B judge will consider lack of balance as a weakness in your stance. So in the ranking, you'll be placed lower than someone who managed to maintain the balance. To help you understand this topic much better, I previously made a comprehensive video about various balance movements for Changquan, Taiji, and also, quite importantly, for Nangquan. I'll put the link up there for you. You can watch it in full with detailed explanations. Number 9. If you have young athletes in the children or youth age categories, judges will pay close attention to their stances at the very beginning of their performance. After that, you should pay attention to fast movements, explosive moves, and technical actions. So at the very beginning, it is important to focus more on diligently practicing your stances. Number 8. In the standard forms for children, teenagers, and youth, the forms and the way the movements are performed have already been determined. And if you remove a movement, add a movement, or change the way a movement is performed, the 11th judge, who was added from Rules 2024 onwards, will start deducting points. And this means that the scores are calculated like this. The Group A judge has given their score. The Group B judge has given their score, and for example, the player's score becomes 8. And from this point on, the 11th judge gets involved and starts deducting points for every extra move you make, every missed move, or if you change the way the routine is performed. Number 7. In my opinion, this point is very important, and even judges often make mistakes about it. It's one of the techniques we have in the Tai Chi style, and the names of the techniques are Dan Jiao and Fan Jiao. Many people mistakenly think that Dan Jiao and Fan Jiao, like balance movements, must be held for 2 seconds, whereas the Fan Jiao and Dan Jiao techniques fall under the category of foot movements and techniques, not balance techniques. So there's no need to hold them for 2 seconds. It's enough for the leg to be fully extended above waist level and then brought back. This way, you get the Group A score and the technique is performed completely. But there's a very important point, which I'll tell you in number 6. Number 6. The Dan Jiao and Fan Jiao foot techniques must be performed in front of and facing the body, not coming up from the side. If any athlete performs this technique from the side, they've completely changed the type and structure of the technique, and if there are any points for this technique, they should be deducted by the judges because the structure of the technique has essentially changed. And if this is being done in the children's age group and in the 24 form Tai Chi, and an athlete brings their leg up from the side, the 11th judge or the form inspector will declare the entire technique invalid and see it as a structural change. So, if your form includes points for Group C, it's enough for the heel to be above shoulder level and for the movement to be performed in front of the body for the technique to be considered valid. My dear friends, I would really appreciate it if you support me and follow my channel by liking and subscribing. Number 5, where most mistakes happen, is in performing the back sweep and front sweep techniques, since experienced people usually don't use the front sweep. Because if the thigh of the supporting leg rises even a little above the horizontal level, the judges will record code 20 for it. That's why they use the back sweep, since this issue doesn't come up in judging with that technique. But there's a point here where almost everyone makes a mistake. When you start to spin, as you can see in the video, the sole of the striking foot must stay in contact with the ground and shouldn't lift off until the rotation is complete. For example, if you're doing a 360-degree back sweep, your foot shouldn't leave the ground until the full 360 degrees is completed. Number 4. Jumping techniques and their related connections. Let me start with an example. In your form, you've included a jumping technique and attached a connection to it. For example, you specify the jumping technique lotus kick or Changquan by Lian and its connection, which is the mabu or horse stance. If for any reason you can't demonstrate the horse stance, whether you wobble, don't land properly, or for any other reason, so the Group A judge will carefully record a code 51 for you. The Group C judge will completely remove the continuity score, and the Group B judge will undoubtedly rank you significantly lower compared to your direct competitor if they can perform the jump and connection correctly and flawlessly. Therefore, for a single mistake in just one technique, you will unfortunately be penalized 3 distinct times. From this point forward, I am going to begin explaining 3 very important and common mistakes that most people frequently make. Number 3 is the significant Wujin error, or the technique of holding the Jin sword. If you hold the sword like this is the Wujin technique, and this is the mistake in the Wujin technique. The Wujin technique is exactly this. You have to hold the sword like this. If any finger is placed above the sword guard, the referees will record code 61 for you, and this code will only be recorded once for you, even if you make this mistake 100 times during the form performance. But pay attention. This is not Wujin. This is absolutely not Wujin. This is definitely not Wujin at all. Only this specific instance represents a clear and undeniable Wujin technique mistake, and under these precise circumstances you are exclusively permitted to record code 61 for this particular and unique situation. And as I previously told you, the Group A judge will indeed record code 61 for you just a single time, but that one crucial instance is more than enough for the Group B judge to accurately rate your overall level as average or even below average. Because you still haven't truly learned that you absolutely should not ever place your delicate finger next to the incredibly sharp blade of the sword. Number 2. Significant imbalance errors, which are precisely recorded with specific codes, namely 70A, 70B, 71, and 72, respectively. And these fundamental codes will faithfully stay with you, guiding you throughout your entire professional journey and every non-professional experience you encounter. Because it partly depends on your complete mastery in performing the intricate form, and partly on your current mood, your overall nutrition, and your sufficient rest. You might even be at a high level of form execution, be a professional, but if you don't sleep well at night, or you don't have good nutrition, or for any reason you have a mental issue, anger, or some kind of distress, this can cause you to lose focus during your main performance and acquire these codes. Number 1 and the last point, forgetfulness. Forgetfulness is indicated by code 79, and in my opinion, it's the worst score a person can get. Let me explain it to you with a simple example. You leave your comfortable house to go on a shopping trip, acquire a substantial bunch of various things, and then, when it's finally time to proceed to pay for all your purchases, you suddenly realize, with a sinking feeling, that you've completely forgotten your essential wallet or your crucial credit card at home. You went through all that trouble, but it all goes to waste in a second. It's the same in competitions too. You train all year to participate in a competition, and during your performance, you forget a move or technique, lose track of the routine, and all your effort, practice, and the years you worked hard are basically called into question. The penalty for this mistake is 3/10, which is the highest deduction a player can receive. Thank you, friends, for staying with me up to this point in the video. I hope that by using the tips I shared, you'll perform better in your next competitions. If you have any questions, doubts, or made any mistakes, you can ask me in the comments. Support me by liking and subscribing. I would really appreciate it, and until the next video, I wish you health and happiness.